What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today is September the 3rd. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some things that you need to know and what big money is doing. Before getting to any of that, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off, and actually on a side note, I guess welcome to September. This is my first September pre-market video. So yeah, time is flying like crazy. But going to the data points, there's only one thing to really watch for today, and that is manufacturing. So essentially, it is below 50, the forecast, 47.5. So it is kind of more so showing a contraction rather than anything. So this one will be one key data point to really watch for. So that is coming out at 10. Aside from that, is just going to be more of a technical driven day. And so far, that's not really working out. So because, NASDAQ down 0.65, S&P down 0.57, Dow down 0.63. There are some geopolitical kind of things popping up as well, but nothing really to freak out over in my opinion just yet. The fear and greed index is still under the greed category. I do anticipate today to kind of push down slightly, but still people's appetite for risk should be on the table, and that is kind of apparent with a couple of the stocks I'm going to be talking on. But without further ado, let's get right to it. SOFI is down slightly. And so no news, no SEC filings, nothing along those lines. We already do know that it is relatively kind of heavily shorted. So 17.89% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 187.3 million shares. There's a lot of opportunity for shorts to really increase their position this week. So you do have data today as well Thursday and Friday. So yeah, it's going to be a very interesting week. That's an understatement. One thing to really watch for though, with it at $7.93, for it to kind of continue to flirt with this R1. So $7.98 to be that kind of pivot for SOFI. So right now it is momentarily down. So we'll just have to wait and see if it is able to regain and push higher, because I believe there's around 3 million shares that does need to be purchased, coming from last week's options chain. I cannot speak this morning, but yeah, that's some points to kind of watch for. Aside from that, moving on, you do have Branch Out Food. So this stock has been gaining a lot of good momentum over this last little bit. Absolutely epic, in fact. So over the last 5 days, it is up a pretty astonishing 208.17%. The only thing that really came out that is giving some hype today is this Form 4, which did show the CFO did buy 131,000 shares. And I'll zoom in a little bit. So it is transaction code P, so that does mean that they used their own money, 131,000. So yeah, this is very, very epic. I think the only other CEO or like insider that I've seen really buy is Anthony Noto from SOFI. So this is a very positive sentiment booster. So yeah, definitely something to watch for. This stock though, bigger picture, subtract this recent rally, has been getting hit kind of hard because shorts. So shorts right now are at the short interest, 78.51% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 3.44 million shares. So very high stuff. So yeah, watch for a little bit of a battle today. Right now with it at $2.30, it is trading between these 2 points. So the pivot is R1. So 245, just watch for that to be that next strong target / resistance. And then 203 to be the strong support. In my opinion, unless manufacturing data is really negative, I don't see this pivot point being touched. If anything, it might gravitate towards this R1, because again, going back over to here, people's appetite for risk is there, and if there's a small handful of stocks that is green, people are going to gravitate towards those green stocks. So yeah, might be a very, very good day for Branch Out Foods. So let me know your thoughts on that. NIO is down slightly, nothing really crazy to write home about, but I would have figured that they'd be up because they did unveil their August delivery numbers 2 days ago. And it was fairly good. So 20,176 vehicles were delivered, grand total of 128,100 vehicles in 2024. So they're kind of on target. I have no idea why they are going down. Again, I think a lot of the EVs are down with the exception of Tesla, but I'll talk on them in a second. NIO is somewhat heavily shorted-ish, if you want to take that with a grain of salt, but 13.8% of the free float's being shorted. Works out to be 179.7 million shares overall are being shorted. Shorts have been really lingering with NIO, as you can kind of see. They haven't really done all that much. So they're waiting to pounce. There's a lot of available shares for them to really double down on. So yeah, they're like sharks. I always see just as, or I completely said that wrong, but shorts are kind of like sharks, right? They sense blood and they kind of are lingering, waiting for a company to really mess up, and then that's where they just hammer them hard, or vice versa. If there's a lot of good macro events or whatever else, then they kind of return. But in NIO's case, they are waiting to pounce, and they have been for quite some time. Right now with it at 402, it is trading between these 2 points, so this S3 and this S2. So definitely in NIO's case, you want to watch for it to get above this 408. If not, then the technical breakdown will continue, regrettably. But again, at the same time, they also do have their earnings coming up this week, so that could change the dynamic of all of this. 377 will be a strong support, but I don't see that being touched today. So NVDA, so they're down 1.95%. Nothing really substantial coming from them, just a lot of speculation as of right now. With it at 117 and change, it is trading between these 2 points, so the S1 and the pivot. 118.57 is going to be the next strong resistance / target. 105 is going to be the strong support. So NVIDIA is kind of having a technical breakdown of its own. You really want to watch for it to get above this pivot point right here. If not, then yeah, most likely it will kind of pull down slightly. So we'll just have to wait and see what does come from them. And Tesla, so Tesla is up, pretty much the only EV, so that's kind of a good thing, and it is up because of this. So yeah, it says that they're unveiling the robo taxis on October the 10th at a Warner Brothers event. And yeah, I think it just looks like some developments associated to that. So that's basically what is really driving Tesla a little bit higher. Tesla is not heavily shorted. If anything, I guess shorts have lost their shit, pardon my French, over this last little bit. So pretty much July went from around 3.5% to where it is now, so 2.95%, very low stuff. 81.98 million shares overall are being shorted. Utilization is 2%. So obviously Tesla isn't a squeeze play by any means. With it at 216, it is trading between this S1 and the pivot. So 212 will be that strong support, and then 219 will be that next strong kind of resistance / target. So right now it's just kind of trading in no man's land. Over the last several trading days, it's been somewhat in that same boat, but a little bit more orienting towards pushing down. So yeah, it just might trade within this range, or possibly even in fact might get dragged down with the broader market, because like I said, futures aren't looking all that great, but we'll just have to wait and see what the data does truly say. So all in all, that's kind of what big money is doing. They're just patiently waiting for data, but they are pouncing on kind of good momentum plays such as branch out. So let me know your thoughts. What stocks are you buying today? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Take advantage as well of this promo. Simply sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it. They give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So this is a kick-ass deal. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.